Hello, Reckoning7, and welcome to Let's Play some Strategic Command, although American Civil War, but it's not the American Civil War we are going to be looking at, is indeed the Franco-Prussian War. And this got dropped as a free DLC, or free LC, whatever you want to call it, for the Strategic Command American Civil War game, and it dropped about a week ago now, I think. So if you own the game, you will have this. Until you just go straight into a new single-player game, and this bomb scenario, Blood and Iron, nothing to do with American Civil War, is the Franco-Prussian War, and that's the one we're going to be having a look at today. So this does cover the, what's that, 6 months of the war? Yeah, so 96 turns, 1 day turns, so you play 1 day, AI plays 1 day, so 96 turns each, so 180 days, 6 months total. That's how that works out. And very simply, for the Germans, we have to control Paris or break the French fighting spirit, and for the French, you have to control Paris, Metz, Strasbourg, and Belfort. It's essentially all your, as I would say, all your own starting cities near the front line, or crush the German fighting spirit. And there's some minor objectives here around essentially Metz, Strasbourg, and Belfort. So the German gets a minor victory if they hold those three, but not Paris, and France gets a minor victory if they doesn't. So we're going to be jumping in, we're going to be playing a campaign, we're going to be playing as the Germans in this. I think it would be quite interesting and perhaps quite challenging to play as the French, but I think it's always more interesting from a viewing perspective to be the attacking side, so you get a bit more kind of direction and strategy, not just kind of sitting back so much. Not that there's not a strategy in defense, but I think the Germans are going to be a bit more interesting. So we're going to play as the Germans. We're going to keep all the other stuff just fairly standard, and we'll jump into it. I'm still due to do a Confederate campaign of the main game. I've not done that yet. I got distracted by other things, but I'm looking forward to getting back into a little bit of strategic command. So the French AI, or not always AI, but the French player takes first turn. Quite a loud telephone. And alright, what's this? Strategic advice for victory. It's impossible to lay down a plan of campaign that will last longer than the first clash with the enemy. It is, however, important to know that once mobilization is complete in early August, so it takes a while to build up our forces, we will significantly outnumber the French forces, and we must use that advantage to best effect. We have the best cavalry for recon, the best artillery, and the larger army, so victory is ever waiting to be seized, as well as defeating the French field armies if it's a march on Paris that will humble the Bonapartes and win us this war. Let us advance. Okay. So we have some divisions. I'll place them later. I zoom out one scooch. Okay, so this is obviously our border. Places we need to take. Well, actually, the only place we need to take all the way over here is Paris. Take Paris, we win. But for the minor objective, the targets are Metz, Strasbourg, and Belfort, which are all pretty close to the border, to be perfectly honest. We can take those. In one which is slightly different from the main game, and I've not seen it in any of other strategic commands actually, is this mechanic where rather than taking Metz directly, if we capture all the hexes with the green stars, Metz will have I think it's a 20% chance to surrender each turn, so you don't have to assault it directly if you don't want to. And similarly for Paris, if you take all the blue stars, I'm not sure what percentage chance is, but they may give up Paris. Might be automatic. I'm not sure. It will tell us shortly. But that's rather than attacking this fortifications directly. You can try and clear these bits outside. Now, what is our general plan going to be? Now, we don't have many troops to start with, but we will be getting more relatively soon. And as the intro said, we will outnumber the French. I think we have to go for Metz. It's just too important upon the route. Well, is it? Theoretically, you could skip Metz. You'd have to trundle through these forts. It gives you quite a narrow avenue of advance. Keep the railway line going, because you need the railway line to ferry your troops in. Actually, that's quite... You have to come up to here and then all the way down before pushing in towards Paris. It's possible. I don't know if I don't think there's much... I was going to say I don't think there's much advantage to be held, but the rail line doesn't run through... Oh, it does kind of run through Metz here and then down. Interesting. I think we'll end up taking Metz anyway, though. But yeah, I think I would maybe go for a focused drive towards Paris itself. Not concern myself too much with Strasbourg and with Belfort. Maybe we could also just have like a small secondary force working their way down, clearing these fronts, taking these objectives. I like it, but let's do a main. Let's never mind the minor objective. Let's go main thrust. Force us our way west. This is a scaled down version of the game, so there's no diplomacy. There is no research. We can purchase units, and we also are getting a bunch of new units. So there's not much to happen in the first turn, because we don't have many troops in the field. But I will take some steps forward. Can you get all the way into... No, you can't get all the way into Trombone, but well, let's walk down the road. We shall head over towards a few objectives, while the French are still napping. I'm not going to advance on Strasbourg. This... brigade isn't certainly not strong enough to take it himself. We could meander down towards Mulhouse though and see what's on the go. And then we'll try and get these guys to the front. We've only got 50 MPP, which means you can rail like one unit. So who's farthest away? Potentially a chap in Bingham or a chap in Worms. Although they actually aren't too far if they go due south. I'm also going to do a little bit of force marching, which does hurt their readiness and their morale, but they're going to have a few turns to essentially get it back. Right, well, you three come south. Oh, I've got another horse over here as well. Okay. And you two, I think I'm going to want to go in this direction. And I'll do a little bit more force marching, I'm okay with that. And then we'll rail it in the troop from Bingen down to Saint-Louis. And you guys can just march along railway line. Beautiful. As you see, his readiness drops, what's that, 75 down to 44, and morale gets turfed. So yeah, not a good thing to do if you're heading towards combat, but I think it's fine at the minute. Just gets towards the front. Okay, a division in Truyère, and another in Truyère. Cool. And that is going to be us for the first turn. I will quickly jump to Musival. So you turn that back up. Having nerfed it the first time around. The menu volume is oddly loud. Okay. Cool. It's end of turn. Okay, some French people turning up. I do like these French units, so I forgot what they're called. Okay, that's explaining the thing I mentioned about Metz and the green cards, stars. We'll get some HQs, those are going to be useful. The, darn it, I forgot my name for those units. I like them. I'm going to force march you down to here. And I will force march you down as well. And everyone else can stay closer to the front. Oh, there is someone in St. Alvold. Okay. We've got 350. I will do a little bit of rail maneuvering. Who's furthest away? You gents. Although I would rather rail move in people that haven't force marched already, because they'll be better and fitter for combat. You can come all the way down. I don't think they're going to come in behind us, but I'm a little bit nervous, so I'll put someone into Saarbrücken. We can start to nab these border towns. Got a little bit of pressure on the French till we find out where they are. Okay, oh, a few forces over here. I'll have to keep an eye on that. We'll get these guys to come down the main railway line here. Maybe keep this as our force pushing in towards these places. I would like to concentrate more people in Saarbrücken and Saarlouis. You guys are going to be pretty knackered. Yeah, you need a bit of time to recover, but that's okay. And I will rail you down. To Forbach itself, and I'll rail you as well. Which means I probably shouldn't have force marched them previous turn, but what are you gonna do? Okay. That seems to be everyone on the field at the minute. Now we do have to watch out for partisans and things. There's a few locations where they cause trouble, but it's on a Mulhouse, okay. But nothing to concern ourselves with yet. Yes, let's land the first blow. Isn't going to do much more than injure them a little bit, but we'll force the French to spend some money. Good, new units, let's put them down. So we've got the 10th Division, Speer, Friedrich Karl, it's that place, and von Steinmetz in Trier. Beautiful. Not very good, level 4. What was the other one? Level 5. Middling. Okay, let us end. I think the French are just going to be turning up in numbers beyond anything else. Okay, fresh horse. These Zuveliers. Oh, got absolutely wrecked. Upgraded infantry there. So, oh, we lost that one. I mean, it's only a... what do you call it? Regiment? So not very important, but still frustrating to lose. So, as you'll notice there, the French here have got upgraded infantry weapons. So that's to represent the Chassepot? I don't know how you pronounce it. But the rifle that the French had, which was a superior weapon. So the Germans here are all going to be rocking the Dreise needle guns. And the Chassepot was a superior version. But actually, interesting enough, because I feel like that falsely paints a negative picture about the needle gun. So the needle gun was... revolution's a strong one, but a huge improvement in its own right over the Potsdam musket, which it replaced. So it was a muzzle-loaded musket versus the needle gun, which is breech-loaded. So-called needle gun because it used a needle-like structure for its firing pin, long thin bit of metal. But it was breech-loaded, and so like when they were fighting against the Danes and the Austrians, and I just wrecked them because they could fire like 4 or 5 rounds lying down on the ground, and at the same time it took one muzzle-loaded musketman to reload his weapon standing up. So, huge improvement in weaponry. The Chassepot is essentially an improved version of that. So it had better range and was, I think, it was less prone to fouling. I can't remember. They had some improvements over the needle rifle, and they had better gas sealing for escape velocity and other bits and pieces that genuinely made it a better weapon. But that's not to say the needle gun wasn't very good. The other thing that was interesting actually was at this time, I don't know how much of the French army would have actually had them, and that's something I'm not sure about. But they had the old mini, again, musket, muzzle-loaded musket, which was standard of the French, with the mini ball, which was an interesting piece of ammo because of the horrendous wounds that it caused, and it obviously was very a technical advance in itself, in the way that the mini ball provided the spin which you'd normally get off a rifle barrel. But then they had this interesting one where they took a load of mini muzzle-loaded rifles and they converted them into breech-loading ones, and these got called like snuff box rifles because apparently the mechanism they bolted on looked a bit like a snuff box. So when you came to the Franco-Prussian War, you're going to have some of these front lines will actually have these snuff box rifles, which maybe is what's represented by the not the upgraded guns, and then the Chassepot will be upgraded. But then you'd think the needle guns would be much better than these breech-loading minis, and that's not that's really represented. Anyway, I'm waffling now, but it was a really interesting kind of advancement of arms for infantry weapons. But long story short, French can upgrade their weapons to infantry level 1. I cannot. Is how how it works out in game terms. Beautiful. Right, we're not going to be able to go in on Thionville yet because we're going to need some artillery or something. We can build up some forces and maybe knock out a few French units. I'm keen to knock out as many as we can. Oh, hello, Weebleed. Good to see you. Just Santa. Yes, I thought I'd go. It's getting towards Christmas, so I thought I'd be festive for the odd stream. Right, we can get 4-4 there. Can we then move in? Maybe. What about down here? Again, at 4-1. And then we could also move in here. But maybe we try and knock this guy out. Okay, we've actually got 6 there. That's pretty exciting. Bring you down here. Bye-bye. And we only took 2 there. That's not bad. I'll take that. I'll take that. It's pretty satisfying turn of events. I will step you forward even though you're injured. Our horses here. No, we'll keep going because we can bring some people in. You guys need a little bit of work, so do you know what? I think I'm just gonna march you down. I'll have other people I can rail into the front. Yeah, you can come down to Sarlou itself. Once time you can just come on your feet. I will rail in Friedrich Karl though down to Saarbrücken. And we can rail in this unit from Speyer. Now I want to make sure I have over 550, and I'll explain why in a minute. And the math says yes, I will. So I feel like I've got enough forces over here. I want more here to start the big push towards Metz itself. Let's drop you in there. Hello, I found some people. Okay, so the railway lines are always important. Let's go. So I think we'll try and push in on Haguenau now. Doesn't sound particularly French, to be very honest. These guys are going to be pretty rubbish, but you're going to use them for garrisons later on. Yeah, you might as well just... We'll buy... Well, keep an eye on Mulhausen. Mulhouse, why not? Okay, you're done. We could move in to zone of control. Okay, fine. We've got this stack over here. Okay. See what we can get done. I'm not sure we're going to have enough oomph to finish them off. Ah, that was rubbish. Yeah. 3-3 though, I'll take that. Keep them bleeding. While we bring in a few more reinforcements. And in fact, can cut this chap off, so we should be able to destroy him, because I don't think he's going to be able to escape. And we're not too far off our first green star objective around Metz. I am okay with how this has all transpired. You gentlemen need to come down and get involved. So you'll help with the push on Haguenau. Okay. Good, right. Why did I want 550? Well, so I can buy something. And I would like to buy you back at some point 60 MPP. I'll bear that in mind. But more importantly, I would like some improved rifled artillery. Now, this does take a month, I believe. 28th of August. So that's 15 turns before I get it, but absolutely worth it. Okay, new infantry. So that is going to be a balance early on about how many points we want to spend railing our lovely troops into position and how much we want to utilize buying stuff, which isn't going to turn up for a while. But that cannon is going to be very useful. So I've got one, before we think this, one is going to be dedicated to taking out Thionville. Do I need one for pushing around Metz? It would be handy. I'd probably, early on, it's going to be more useful, I think, to knock out these forts. And I do think I want to take these 3 forts again, but secondary objective. I might be better keeping it and pushing Metz. When, dear readers, no, that's not one, is my next one. No, it's in purchase, but it's in production. There we go. July. I get another one soon. Okay. Alright, fine. So what I'm going to do is... Or is that this one? Might be this one. I was going to say, we'll keep this one. Sorry, I'm going to put it in the Northern Army anyway. We'll talk about it. We'll make some decisions later. You guys have got a few horses. I'm not planning on pushing in down here yet. No, to be honest, I'm having a force which can slowly essentially work its way south. Down to Belfort as well. There's no rush. So let's bring the horse in up here as well. And infantry, sure. Right, let's show me that production again. That indeed was that cannon. So I get one in August. Which is presumably the one I... No, I get two in August. August 10th and 1st. Okay. Alright, next gun that turns up is going to go... on this team. Army group. Is a sensible way of calling things. He'd come all the way down here. Do I want to do that? No, I want to put pressure on this guy so he's all like zoned of controlled. Good. Probably taking too long for my turns at the minute, but there you go. Ah, run away. Scary cats. Okay, I'm happily for you to come to this town. Especially as your health was 7, and you can't resupply if you've moved. So I believe that gives me a good opportunity to destroy you. And here come the cavalry. Don't run away. Good. Got him. Alright. Take that, Frenchie. It's not a great attack. And since I can't follow up with anything else just yet, I'll not bother doing that attack. I quite like the idea of just annoying him, really. See if we can kind of get him behind and cut him off. Partisans, Strasbourg itself, and nothing else nearby for just now, so that's fine. You're a bit low on supply. Right, we do need to clear out this road, and we also need to get Von Steinmetz here into the right place. Let's bring you down. That's lovely, I will start that in a minute, but let's get you all the way down here. Six and a 3, and hopefully we can finish him off. Okay, we can always bring a division across if need be, but I'm hopeful. Ah, that was rubbish. Okay. Finish him off. Thank you. What's your supply? 4. Yeah, I need to be careful here. Next turn, these guys all be fine. You're going to stay at 4. I need to get more generals to the front line. Let's reinforce this chap. Let's move you into Forbach itself. Okay, have we got more troops coming? I do have more troops coming. So I would like... I mean, I could rally you, but the railway doesn't go so far. Let's just force march you. Deal with it. Let's force march you as well. And these guys are going to be our assault on Thionville. And the horse can come help out, I think. Oh, hello, artillery. I would like to destroy you. Meanwhile, I will rail some people into some places. Just come in down here so we can assist with this kind of... So we're going to have to go for a southern thrust around the bottom of Metz. It's a bit bold to put him so close to the front, but I also want to... Well, he still can't shoot anyone there. Alright, we'll just move you there for now. Another division, and do I want to rail you somewhere? And these guys are just going to be busy taking out units until we get more artillery. Meanwhile, I could probably do with another unit somewhere around here. Let's do that. Anyone left? Yes. I'm going to spend a fair chunk of money here bringing some people down because I think it's absolutely worthwhile. And you know, I will bring one more unit over here. I'd love to get a general over here. Since we've got the monies, I will purchase the Saarbrücken unit back. Again, it's just going to be for garrisoning things later on in life. But it will be valuable to do so. Right, horses appearing. As with many, many men, this is good. This is our mobilization kicking in. Oh, you're not on the railway line. Suppose it can't all be. Yeah, I'll put you there. Fine. What's it look like in terms of units? Now, we're up to 42. France has got 24 kicking about. I would like to try and whittle that down a little bit. We'll see how that goes. We have 2 infantry divisions stationed in northern Germany to counter the threat of an amphibious invasion there. We do not know if the French are planning landing there, and if you feel confident that no attempt will be made, we could move these units south, take part in an invasion of France, arriving at Troyes on the 10th of August for 50 MPPs. That's cheap. If you decide not to transfer units now, then providing the French don't land in northern Germany, you'll have an opportunity to transfer at the start of October. Would you like to take them now? Okay. If I take them and France lands, I get a huge, big debuff to my fighting spirit. And I have to pay a lot of money or suffer more. I'm going to keep them where they are. Oh, the king comes for the war. Jolly good. Cavalry getting a little bit roughed up, as often happens. Oh, and actually destroyed outright. That's not good. More artillery. Right, so you are going to come over and support this push here on Biche and Pfalzburg and eventually Strasbourg. Or do I want to just come and go straight for Strasbourg? Maybe. I'm going to drop you in nowhere just yet, because I want to move these guys away. And a couple more infantry units. Fine and dandy. Let's do our offensive stuff first. Steinmark can get, I think, all the way to Trombone. No, you can't. That's not really a unit I wanted to move there, actually. So you can step back. I'll bring you down to the road to here. I think we might make a push for St. Avold this turn. You could also cut off the French at Sarguems. Although our supply wouldn't be terrible, actually, 'cause it's still near the border. Okay. Can you get into attack him? No, you can't. Alright, we do have to deal with that chap. Your supply is 4. Alright, not much to it. Let's start the push. Maybe you'll come in here and help finish this unit off if that's where we end up, but I would like to. Let's see what we can do. 5 to 2. Oh, wow, that's an elite unit there. That does not seem pleasant. 2 to 2 is okay. 2 to 2 is well there. Pushing these fresh units. Can you attack and then leave? Yes, let's do that. Apparently, no, you cannot attack and then leave. I feel lied to. You can come south. That's pretty risky. Do you know what? Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Okay, they retreated. Fine, you don't get to attack, but that's okay. I can't reinforce you because you moved either. This seems fine and dandy. So my horses aren't going to attack those guys head on. Let's just bring you down to help protect this flank. Meanwhile, 5 to 4. That's probably something I'm going to take. Just so I can destroy this unit. 64. It lied to me. Lovely. 63. Oh, we are paying dearly for that. Right, we did get them. But at what cost? Right, let's bring it all the way down there. You can take St. Avold. We'll bring our artillery here. And let's punch you down to there. Indeed, let's see if we can't walk into a trap. Oh, got him! Wow. That was a nice little boosty bonus. And we'll take the town. Beautiful. He will get attacked with the fort, but it's not that scary. Okay. That was good. We'll have to reinforce some of these units at some point. I don't like how painful this is going to be. Can we cut this unit off? And in doing so, do we get much of a benefit? No, we don't. 5 to 2, 5 to 3, 5 to 2. What's supply going to be like for us next turn? Actually, okay. Okay, let's do this. Give him a turn of weak supply. Which should then hopefully allow us to deal with them better. As we bring down some more troops, right? Well, another division. I think that's enough strength over here. Even though there is a lot of French. I think that's going to be okay. I would like more of you to support these thrusts, please. You are not on a railway, so you are going to be marching. I'm going to rail move you down to support this army. Let's rail move these guys. You know, I'm not going to rail move you. I'm just going to force march you. Save myself a few MPP. I don't think I desperately need that horse unit. We'll bring you down to here and you can help von Steinmetz. You chaps. Again, I think let's just march you. Okay. Anyone else left languishing? Indeed they are. You gentlemen can get the train. Now, is there any more strengthening I want to do down here? Not really. We could come in this position to help from this angle, which is what I'll do. I'll push in that away. I'll bring you to the center here. Okay. So yeah, I could grab a brigade. I don't want brigades just yet. I want to save up again for that second artillery. So hopefully should be next turn we'll build for that. Speaking of artillery, the Royal Bavarian Division. Nice. Well, there's many Royal Bavarian divisions. Ah, who've come with the king. Are you going to turn up in Mannheim as well? No, why would you do that? Oh, you're not going to be on the road. That's frustrating. Well, we'll bring the king down here, then you can walk. Or the crown prince, I should say, not the king. Okay. Yes, I do really want to end this turn. Prussian High Command arrives at Minsk to oversee the campaign. Oh, I did cause strength damage, okay. Not there, good. Ow! That's rubbish. My horses are getting wrecked. Oh! This is lost elite status. French inflicting a little bit of pain there. This is about sieging Paris. Yep, so we could just take the blue stars. Okay, it doesn't say there's not an automatic surrender, but we're going to have lots of fighting spirit losses, so maybe that's how it ticks in. Fine and dandy. Right. First, we must exact Revengi over here. That's not much Revengi, that's better. Okay, good. And then we'll bring in which direction? I think Book will lead you there actually. Book Feeler's next place we're gonna go. Yeah, we shall not attack this turn, but next time we should have the forces knock him out. You I'm just gonna pull back before you just have killed. Can I reinforce you? A little bit. Now I'm going to watch my points here because I want to try and... Yeah, it means I don't really want to spend any more. Or I might have to wait a turn for my artillery, which is probably more likely. This is completely undefended. Okay, first green star taken. Thank you very much. Okay, there's some people at Ramilli, which is fine and to be expected. I really would like to knock these guys out, which I might just have the strength to do so. 5 and a 3 is a pretty healthy way to start things. Bit of luck. Bit of luck. Lovely. We will take this. I'm going to head you off down in this direction. I want more strength over here. I will take the time to reinforce some of these divisions though, because they are pretty beat up. And let's bring you over here, I think. This seems acceptable, and let's cut off this unit. Although, what's your supply going to be? 4. 4's okay. 4's manageable. I feel like I'm being distracted down to the south here, though. So I do need to keep an eye on that. Yeah, you need to get out of dodge, unfortunately. Otherwise, you're just going to get yourself killed. So, let's have you pull back. Can you get to the front? Not really. That is unfortunate. Means I'm going to have to put my horses here, which probably means they're going to soak a healthy amount of damage. 4-4 though. Well, let's tell you what. Let's use our shells. I mean, I want to bomb the fort, but let's do a couple. I've only got 1 hour shell. Alright. Let's deal with this guy. Okay, that makes me feel much better about life. And we can deal with the fort next time. Meanwhile, I'll move the 9 in. Horrendous odds. And let's give you guys a bit of a boost. 1 Steinmetz near the front. Move you in as well. You... I'll bring you down. You might be able to help out knock this guy out, otherwise you're going to go roaming through their rear, I believe, would be the ideal thing. Now, I have no points left. So, everyone's walking. I don't think these guys are going to get attacked, which is why I'm force marching them in. Because it is going to hurt them for next time. Oh, I could have force marched you. Mistake. Keep these gentlemen on the railway line. Although if I'm going to rail them next turn, then I shouldn't have bothered marching them this turn. But I might just march them down. And let's pull you back here. Okay. This seems okay. Starting to put some pressure on Metz, and we're in place to hopefully take some of these supply depots. Well, we've got to wait for a cannon before we can take out Beach, but we're fine. We've got forces busy killing Frenchmen. which is what we're here for. We have one new cavalry. Let's put you over here. Done. And we have to save up another 2 turns. Russia promises to support Prussia if it is attacked by Austria-Hungary. Ah, it seems unlikely. But you never know. Okay, that's good. It's just readiness and morale. That's fine, especially on a horse unit. Not so worried about them. Demonstrations against Olivier's government. Country at war with itself. As we advance into France, large numbers of civilians are likely to take up arms against us. Those who pose the greatest threat will be the Franco-Prussians, who attack our supply lines and reinforcements. The way to deal with those is to guard, look at, partisans. I know about partisans. You, I think, I'm going to have you in Trier to join the front. Okay. Can we knock you out this turn? I've only got 2 shells. Currently, I would do absolutely no damage. Still absolutely no damage. Huh. Supply like over here. Oh, pretty terrible as well. Interesting. I will weaken this fellow. Yeah, we'll attack. You may get lucky and destroy him, and we do. Okay, that's a really good outcome, actually. Good. Right, let's move in on Billy. We may, unfortunately, just have to kind of suck up the pain a little bit. Or I bring him north, bombard him, and we hold off attacking a turn. But instead, I could attack and then bring some people down. No, 2 people in to try and defeat this unit at Ramilly and push in on Vernay. I think it's a better outcome. Okay. Much shelling has happened. Only 4 to 4. I kind of hope for better odds, but 3 to 2. Okay. Okay, we have destroyed them though. Beautiful. What I am going to do now, I will force march you into here, so the French don't take it. You can come take Vernay. Beautiful. You can't go anywhere. Oh, okay, fine. Do I want to do this? Want to just do this painfully? So 3, 6, 7, 8. Plus I could bring you in, so I could definitely kill them. Probably at some fairly high cost, which might be worth it. I'm gonna dwell on that, and we'll come back to it. Supplies down here seem all pretty good. You can't quite make it. Let's close in on this unit, see how they're feeling about life. They have 3 supply. Oh, and we'll take the even odds. Well, that was not even in the slightest. I feel lied to and cheated. Okay, that was much more expensive than I had expected it to be. Grab this and then head south. I'll reinforce this unit. I'm gonna wait a turn here. Reinforce these guys. I feel like it slows the momentum a little bit. I'm also gonna bring Steinmark's north slightly to help out with supply over here. Yeah, that's much better. So otherwise we're never gonna be able to take Thionville. Good. I'm gonna force march you down, even though yes, I know it hurts you very much. I promise you'll be fine after that. I'll get you fully up reinforced. You gentlemen are going to have another turn of force marching. And I'm not going to bother sending you on the train. So Crown Prince is going to head towards Beach. Beach. I don't know how you say that. And we'll see if we can take that. It also helps supply over here because apparently it's not great. It's not horrendous, actually. We'd like to try and cut this guy off, which is what I think I'm going to do here. And then we'll make a move against him next turn. That was a waste of turn, that. Yeah. This seems fine, this seems fine, nothing happening down here. Okay. How we do it for units? 25, 50. I should be killing more of them. Feels too slow a process. But we're making reasonable ground, it feels like. We can't complain too much. We have 68 points left. So we'll hold off. We have another horse, though. Right, anyone else I've forgotten about? No. Good. William Howard Russell of the Times joins the Crown Prince's staff. Okay. And with that, we're going to bring this first episode to a close. So happy enough with our opening manoeuvres as the Germans. Although I think with this scenario, it's always going to be if you can overwhelm the French quickly enough and make the march on Paris before the reinforcements arrive, the winter sets in and you just kind of run out of time. So we'll see how that goes in future. I do really like the strategic command system. I know it's not suited to all theatres and wars, but I am quite interested to always explore a new scenario and a new war to see how it forms there. So I'm enjoying this. I hope you are too, and maybe I'll see you in the next one. Cheerio.